Who is Dusty Crophopper? Well, I'm Dusty Crophopper, which is kind of exciting. That the soul of Dusty Crophopper is what I've brought to him. That gets me kind of emotional because I was a kid that uh, I I allowed myself to get lost in these characters growing up. Watching Disney animation, and was inspired by them as well. I think that it's part of what makes up why I chose to be an entertainer for a living. How I was moved by these creations. So now with Dusty, I get to live vicariously again, but through the character. And in the interim, we get to tell wonderful stories. Uh, we get to shine a spotlight on brave men and women that are fighting fires. So we get to show them off in a way that is, I think, honoring them, and we get to have some fun. We get to laugh a lot. Well, I think in life there's going to be that moment where we all, kind of look in the mirror and realize, all right, there's the things that I want for myself. There's the things that I've accomplished, but what am I, where have I missed the mark? It's a hard look that we all, take once in a while. Dusty actually has that moment at the very beginning with his own health and realizing I might not be able to sustain what I hoped would take me through the rest of my life. But what's my greater calling here? What's the bigger picture? So you can't avoid it in life. We're all going to have a moment where we have to ask ourselves, for my second chance, do I want to sit back or do I want to take the bull by the horns and really find my new voice? Dusty's secret. I think that Dusty now has had a sense of what it feels like to succeed, and I think that anybody who knows who has succeeded at a higher level, well, the more fear comes into play when you have to start over. I think that the message there is, when we reveal our true self, when we reveal that we're frightened, that's a hard thing to do, especially once you already feel established in something in your life. So, but once he does that, look to where it finally takes him. The positive places that he goes. Great new characters. We get to. I think my favorite new character is Dipper. Julie Bowen is tour de force, comedically, but just her voice here and the way it comes through Dipper, she steals scenes. She's hilarious. My favorite scene in the movie. Well, I always love the training scenes. I like seeing Dusty kind of figure it out. But I would say there is a pretty epic fire in the towards the end of the movie that just is aesthetically unbelievable. It looks like nothing you've ever seen before. And watching it in the theater, I felt that fear. I felt that like excitement and feeling kind of overwhelmed because it was animated so wonderfully. I think any scenes in the when they're kind of in their little dive bar where they're all hanging out, the dialogue there is always really quippy and cool. It's very clever. So I like the group animation. I like seeing the whole team together and kind of you know jawing at each other. Well, yes, I think that when you can tell a story that's entertaining and it moves you in a way that you want to understand more about what somebody does or sacrifices that people make. I think when kids leave here and they see something on the news about a firefighter, they're going to have more connection to that and more respect for that. We all could use a little bit more of that, especially at a young age. That's something that's instilled. So if we can instill something like that, even just a nugget of positivity in that way for these brave men and women who do this day in and day out, I think we've done a pretty good job.